All right, welcome back again, guys. This is our last section of notes for Unit 4. It's a section called Classification of Matter, and it's basically just how we define and sort out how matter is, and it's all based on the particles that make up the matter and how they're arranged. So to review, matter, and again, my pen will not draw, matter is anything that has mass and volume. This is the stuff that things are made up of. So atoms are matter. And simplest substance that you get are a substance that has only one kind of atom, and we call that an element. It's the simplest form of matter. The atoms might be stuck together, but each atom is the same. So you can have single atoms that are all the same, or atoms that come in pairs that are all the same, and that has a fancy name called a diatomic element. Di, think dice. Di means two. So two atoms, elements. It's simple, it's easy, it's a matter where all the particles are the same, and there's only one kind of particle. And then going the step up of complexity from there, we have compound. And this is a type of matter or substance where the particles are made up of more than one kind of atom. So here we'll have two different atoms. They'll be what we call bonded, which means basically for right now stuck together. They are bonded, stuck together, and but every whole particle is the same as every other particle. These particles are the same as these particles. So they all made up of the same kind of atom stuck together the same way. People often use the terms compounds and molecules interchangeably. A molecule is any two or more atoms that are bonded, and it could be either elements or compounds. And compounds refers to a specific type of bond, and that there is more than one kind of atom. So a compound is like sodium chloride, which is table salt. I'm trying to think what else. That's the best example I can come up with right off the top of my head, sodium chloride. One sodium for one chlorine. A molecule would be like hydrogen gas, which is H2. All right, so those are your compounds, so two or more kinds of atoms stuck together. And then we've got complex substances. This is where you have the particles are not the same throughout. So both in elements and compounds, every particle is the same as every other particle. In complex substances, they're not. So in this picture, which we call a solution, we have these red particles mixed in with these double light blue particles. They're mixed really well. You might not be able to see it. I kind of think of this as like lemonade. I know that there's little bits of lemon in there. The water appears lemony. I know it's made up of lemon and water and maybe some sugar, but I can't see those individual pieces. So there's more than one kind of matter in there, a combination of different kinds of compounds and molecules, but you can't see those individual pieces, and that when it's more than one kind of matter, and it's mixed really well, but it looks all the same, we would call that a solution. There can be solid solutions too, like brass is a mixture of two metals. The most common mixture you guys are probably used to seeing is like lemonade or Kool-Aid, where there's some coloring and some sugar and water mixed together. All right, and then the most complex substance, which I think solutions are the most complex, but on our hierarchy is we have heterogeneous matter. Oh, I'm sorry, I totally skipped over this fancy terminology. Homogeneous matter, homo meaning the same, geneous meaning type, the same kind of matter throughout. And then we would say heterogeneous, hetero meaning different. So this is matter that is different. And you can tell just from these diagrams that you would be able to see layers. So I think of this kind of like what would sink to the bottom? I get juice with pulp in it and it sinks to the bottom. Before I shake it up, I can tell that the juice is on top and the pulp is on the bottom. That would be heterogeneous matter. And again, this can be liquids or solids. Like a pepperoni pizza is heterogeneous matter, but maybe chicken broth is homogeneous matter. So you're going to see layers in a heterogeneous mixture, or you're going to be able to see the different pieces, like in cement or salami is a really good example. That is a bunch of different kinds of meat and fat and kind of gross stuff all ground up together and formed into a solid piece that is heterogeneous, where bologna is a little bit more homogeneous. It's made up of different parts, but they look all the same. All right, so my summary: matter is classified by the types of particles that make up your matter, your substance, and by how the particles are arranged. You have a worksheet that goes along with this, and there we go. Talk to you guys in class.